logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Never let a manufacture stack like that. And if it getting toxic, tell the boy fall back. If it was back then, I'd be tripping off that. Took a little time just to get me on track. I went from snotty to snobby.
It's week 1 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Jags and the 49ers, next on Madden Football.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going.
And we are underway from Santa Clara.
Taking in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
They'll be led out by a former most valuable player in the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
Probably that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Jackson going to hold on to this. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. DeAndre Swift, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And for this young rookie making his first NFL start, a moment he's been waiting for since draft day.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Here's Barkley. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Out toward the sideline and completing it to Pollard.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost some good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now Jackson. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes the receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as a receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys,
frustrated.
Oh, frustrated. They're going to catch it in film.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Jackson going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
They'll run the draw here with Swift.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They'll try it now with Swift.
Good footwork at the 30.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Backed up where they were on this side of the field. That was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wind? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a first down and
6-0 our score after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you... and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Now Barkley. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the gun on 3rd down, Barkley. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This from 32 yards away. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync,
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Jaguars are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to...
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tony Pollard, 42 yards.
And the Jaguars have moved out in front.
Oh, this is blocked. And the Niners have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this, and we'll have to wait and see.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a... Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, that's a huge play. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And issue here, does the football make contact? Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson looking left sideline, incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 3rd down, Jackson. A quick slant to Hill. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 19. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Jackson options out left. And across the chalk into the end zone. That's a 49er touchdown. Lamar Jackson as the first half is winding down. And the Niners are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waiting moments of quarter number 2. Throwing on 1st down. Barkley. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. So we've reached halftime here on Open. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. On 1st down, Barkley. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Barkley. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Barkley, and able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard.
62 yards on the ground for him so far.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's the option going right.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown, 49ers!
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blower out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you want the final metric on his top speed, and trust me, you do, Next Gen Stats says he hit 22.4 miles an hour.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Barkley. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely, because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
They'll look to throw again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Barkley dancing to his nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. On first and 10, it's Swift. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching. Back now here in Santa Clara. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
Jackson's throw here taken in by Ingram.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. Give him 18 on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this is caught at the 8. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here's Swift.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the 49ers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. Looking to throw. Barkley.
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first and 10, Barkley.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far in second down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Barkley. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a fourth down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Hunter Renfrow, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Jaguars have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth.
And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Huge, huge conversion there to tie this thing up. Yet their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense They just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Throwing, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Pollard again. And look at this for the 2nd straight play. The 49er defense drops him for a loss. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. 55 yards. And the 49ers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So what a turn of events there. A chance to take the lead in the final minute, thwarted by the blocked field goal, and it winds up 6 the other direction.
And for such a critical kick, the blocking has to be better. Brandon, that reminds me of a game that you called. Became famous, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Florida State,
That's
Georgia
right.
Tech, right? Didn't you have something similar?
Yep, the block kick returned late. Unbelievable. So now the Jags down on the scoreboard. A minute 6 to play. Here's Barkley. How costly of an interception will that be? It's time to find out. 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Barkley. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw is made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. He's back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his health. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one, got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT. Now for the all-critical extra point. He's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. And we have free football. Overtime, here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll go option to the short side, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Jackson throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line.
Jackson. And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Jackson to throw.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That reward, I just love being able to be witness to a game like this. All the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not surprised it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So for the Niners, there was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.